Hello YouTubers, hello and a big welcome back. I have literally only just got to this radio today because I had a terrible night's sleep last night. I couldn't switch off because I'm very excited over something which I purchased on eBay. I don't know if you guys know me very well, but I love gadgets, and this is one hell of a gadget. Let me just show you a picture of it and I'll tell you. This is what we are talking about. This is a AM FM signal generator. It's going to be brilliant. I've never ever used anything like this before in my entire life. It's got lots of lovely buttons on to play with, fantastic. But I can't thank this man enough. I want to thank Doug. Thank you, Doug. You're one in a million. You really are. And the reason why I'm saying this is that last night I emailed him and he sent me a link to the instruction manual for this thing. I am deeply humbled. Really, I am. I'm going to have to go and get a nice folder with some wallets. Oops. I'm not going to go through the whole manual. This is just the contents we're going to go through, that's all. It's fantastic. I mean, I've never ever used anything like this before in my life, so to get something without instruction manual, outline and features. Let me just read you a bit of this so that you don't have to try and struggle to read it on the camera. The SG5110 is an FM stereo FM AM standard signal generator that covers the frequency bands from 100 kHz to 110 MHz. The output level can be set in 1 decibels. I presume that means steps of minus 20 decibels to 100 decibels. It's got a U on the end, whatever that means. All set values are easy to input by using the numeric keys or rotary encoder. The set contents can be memorized in up to 100 addresses. Control is also possible via an RT100 remote control optional and a GP1B factory option, allowing the unit to be used effectively for both designs and manufacturing purposes. Covers the frequency ranges of 100 kHz to 110 MHz in a superb, stable and accurate way. Superb setting resolution megahertz to 34.9999 megahertz and 1 kilohertz in the range of above 35 MHz. Contents of frequency modulation output level settings can be stored up to 100 addresses, making it easy to recall the settings when required. If function allows one touch evolution measuring. I think that's what that says. Setting is facilitated by either direct settings using the numeric keys or by normal settings using the cursor and rotary encoder. Yeah, I think I read enough of that to bore you to death. It's got all the instructions there how to work the thing. Fantastic. I am really over the moon. I couldn't get any sleep last night thinking about it. I was going to look for the manual this morning. I tried a little bit last night, I couldn't find it anywhere, but Doug done that for me, and all I can say, mate, is I am really deeply humbled, really am. Thank you so much. I never thought I was going to find the details on it, really didn't. And I think that's one of the reasons why it was going so cheaply, because of the fact that there was no instructions on it at all. And as you know, these things are complicated enough to work out without instructions. Anyway, I'm over the moon. Now what I've got to do now is learn how to use it, because I've never used one before, ever. Never even owned anything quite like that before. So, fun and games. Right, there's radio. I have tested this resistor. I remember I was telling you in a previous video about this resistor. You can't see. Let me get the light. Told you was going to see a lot of this light, didn't I? That resistor on the end. That read good. Fantastic. I've tested all these resistors on here. I just got to solder this one back, because that was giving me a funny reading because of the coils. I found one or two more resistors to play around with, which I can't get to so easily, which are buried. Stay still is a good light. Bear with me 1 minute. Oh, there it is, there. That one there, you could just about see it behind this this cap. It's right at the bottom. That needs to be tested. I'm pretty much nearly there now as far as resistors are concerned. There are resistors on this panel which are going to get left. Most of them are going to get left, these dog bones. I'm only interested in these Bradleys. And that's about it for the moment. And then when we've done that, we finished testing these resistors and we're ready to switch on again. Then we're going to have a look at the isolation transformer, and we're going to play around with the 5 amp slow blow fuses. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'll let you know the next part, okay? And that's the time and the date. This is the next day. This is Saturday. Right, this is something I spoke to someone, I can't remember who it was, on the comment to the previous video. I think it was Average Joe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Can't remember. Memory's a terrible thing when it doesn't work, and mine never does. R43 is what we're looking at there. It's supposed to be 680k, and it's reading 788k. And remember, this valve that we're going to show you developed a fault. As you can see, R43 goes up and up and up. Then it's joined by R42. It's one of the pins. Should be 47k, it's reading 52, still in tolerance. And it goes to one of the plates of valve 6. The valve which would be the 6P15, and we substituted it with an EL84, that's it. I wrote it in there. Then it goes up, and it's then connected via coupling capacitors C62 to valve 4, and also to the pin 7 of the 6P15. Okay, now remember, this valve had shorts on both sides of the valve, so that's coming out. Now we're nearly there underneath the chassis. I've just got that resistor to sort out and that hunch capacitor, which I do not like the look of. I tend to find that the one that's in the most awkward place and buried under everything is the one that should be replaced, because it's the one everybody leaves. That's my opinion. Okay, so once we've done those two, then we move up on top of the chassis and we have a look at the tuning box. Now remember, because of those, I'll just put my light down for a minute. So I can only do so much with one pair of hands. As I pointed out to you, the trimmer for C19, C38 and C52, remember, the screw for the C52 was missing and the others were loose and one was nearly out. So there's no way this radio can function properly without being realigned. And that's the reason why we purchased the Kenwood SG5110 to help us. It's left me a little bit broke. In fact, it's left me very broke. So we're going to be struggling for projects for a while, because I'm got to start paying for some of this. So once we've replaced R43, as we pointed out, and that other cap, which I don't know where it is on the schematic just yet, we move up onto the top of the chassis and we start having a look at this end. I'm sure the capacitors will probably be good. I'm more interested in the resistors, which would be R1, 2, 3 and 4. Make sure that they're okay. And there's lots of coils and things, so we probably have to upend one end of them and stuff. Okay, so that's the plan. Move up onto top of the chassis, we go inside the box and look at this. It's got to be realigned anyway, so whatever we do in here, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter at all. The only station that's working reliably is medium wave. Long wave, don't know if it can be improved, but FM, AM. Now I want someone to just confirm something for me, which I thought about the other night. Had this with the HMV, the first radio we worked on. Don't worry, we're going back to that sooner or later. I've noticed that when you've got a radio that's, by the way, this is a Super Hepadyne radio. When you've got VHF, I see a lot of transformers to do with FM and AM. Now please correct me if I'm wrong. Is that you need these two frequencies to mix together to make the VHF? Am I right? Is that right? Somehow it's mixed in this valve, 6F18. This section here, AM, FM. And you've got this section here, which is also AM, FM. V3 and V4, valve 4, which is 6F18 and 6LD12. I don't know, but that's the way I'm thinking. I'm thinking that maybe these two frequencies, FM and AM, are mixed together to give you that. Okay. Right, this looks like it's going to be the last resistor I'm putting in, so I thought I'd show you a bit more detail. you can just see it's difficult because I'm looking in the camera as you are, trying to. This one here, I put the card on each end, and this end, all we've got to do now is hit it with some solder, and we're in business. And now you can see that's what it looks like when it's been soldered in. There's one end, and there's the other end, better focused that way. So now we've got to get that Hunt's capacitor out of there. That's buried under everything. I don't even know what value it is. I'm going to have to go and find it on the schematic and work out what it is. But that one's coming out sheerly because it's very, very awkward. Oh, I just found another resistor to check. Oh dear, I missed one. I missed that one because it was out of the way, and I scrubbed most of the paint off trying to clean it. But that is, I'll find it in a minute. There we go. That is R37. It's supposed to be 390 ohms. It's reading 435. Wow. And it is isolated. Wow, that's a big bloody difference. Oops, sorry, I swore then. Sorry. Excited. 435 ohms. Wow, that's a big difference. 390 ohms. I don't know if I've got one of those. So let's have a look. Right, this is that Hunt's capacitor. It's very awkward to get out, and how I'm going to get another one in, I don't know, but that's my problem. It looks terrible, and you can see where wires have gone across it, and there's like score marks in it, like the wires got hot or something, because there's marks on the body of it. And it's an it's a 0.005, and it's reading 0.006. So it's definitely intolerance. It's very, very good. It just, I don't like the look of these Hunt's caps. I really don't. Changing it probably won't make any difference whatsoever, but it makes me feel a whole lot better. But you can see, I'll give you a closer shot, and you can see better what I mean. And that's what that cap looks like close up. Can you see the scroll mark running across it? Somehow I think that wire's got warm at some point. And that is the position the wire was over the top of this cap. See that? Sorry for the hair that's in view. I haven't found it yet. Makes it look old, doesn't it? I'm only joking. See that? Right. I know someone's going to ask me, how on earth did you get that capacitor in there? Well, it's taken me 3-4 minutes. I cut the wires very short, couldn't measure it, had to judge it. Obviously I left as much stub wire from the old capacitor as possible. This end that's closer to the bottom of the screen I soldered first when I finally got it in position, and then I managed to get the other end. A lot of pushing and shoving and bending the wire to get it in the right angle so we can get it on, but as you can see, it's just on. All we've got to do now is hit it with some solder and some flux, and we've got her in. Now the reason why I wanted that particular capacitor in the same line and position as the original one is I wanted it close to the chassis as possible for screening. I'm a great believer in the components being placed in the right place. That's gone off now. In the right place for a reason. So I'm happy that I managed to get that back. All I've got to do now is hit that with solder and we're in. A very, very big fiddle, but we managed. Just going to hit it with some solder in a minute. Now the other thing as well is this resistor here. I've gone onto eBay and I've ordered the correct value. Again, I know I can put two resistors together to make the value. I don't want to do it. I like using the correct value resistor wherever I possibly can. I'm in no hurry whatsoever. No hurry at all. I don't care how long it takes. It takes as long as it takes. No rush. We'll order the right parts whenever possible. If we can't get the parts, then that's when we start joining resistors together to make up values. Okay, so that what we'll probably do is we're going to try the radio. We can touch that back on. We know it's going to come out, but it will give us a connection to get us out of trouble for now. Okay. Right, that Hunt's capacitor is C42, which, because remember I've got a torch in one hand. C42, which goes up and up and up and joins on to R17 and the bottom end of C41. You see that? There's also a connection there to pin 8 of the 6F18, and where are we? And through that resistor capacitor it joins onto there, which then goes down to into the AM and AM coil. So that's all good. We've marked our R37, which has been replaced. Mark this one here, which is R43, which has been replaced. So that gives you some idea where we are. Get a lot of pink. So I'm going to close the video here because it's getting rather long again. Oh, and also we've ordered that resistor which I told you about. We can tag it on for now if we want to try this radio. Soon we'll be moving up on top of the chassis to have a look at this end. We've got 4 resistors to check there in that box, shielded box. So I'm going to say our goodbyes. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, for your help. And really fantastic. Fantastic. I'm really enjoying this. This is fantastic. Some people would think, you know, very tedious. Oh, I couldn't do that. Well, when you love the hobby as much as I do, and I know a lot of you guys love the hobby too, doesn't matter how tedious it gets, it's all part of the fun. It's all part and parcel of everything that we do. And I enjoy every second I spend on this because I can escape into a world of my own playing with this. Brilliant. And the more you do, the better you get. Now I'm getting a lot of experience through doing this. I'm learning as I go along, as I said previously. I'm finding out things for the first time, you know, and adding to my knowledge. So, thank you very much for watching. Good to see you and everything. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye now. Thank you.